Let's discuss attachment styles. And the reason why I want to do this is because many people don't understand why their relationships are failing. And many people don't understand where it's coming from. And the reason why I'm doing this is because we are working towards becoming the godly spouse that we want to marry. You don't have to want to get married. You can just do this because you want to be happy. So the first thing we're going to look at is a secure attachment style. A secure person knows how to convey their feelings, knows how to handle the emotions. They understand the situation is what it is. They don't overthink anything. They don't feel like they need to put more work into a certain situation. They do understand that if they can't change what is happening right now, it's just easier for them to move on. The next one we can quickly look at is anxious attachment style. This generally stems from childhood, and it's normally in a case of abandonment. So this person feels as though that they are completely alone, even though they are surrounded by family members and friends who love them. They always feel as though nobody understands what they're going through. They also have a sense of abandonment continuously with any connection that they make. They fear that this person will leave them. They do also come across as a little bit too much. So in a relationship, you will find that the person with an anxious attachment style generally overpresents themselves so that you can like them, which means they are also people pleasers. And the reason why you people please is because in your mind, you assume that the person abandoned you because you weren't good enough. You never feel good enough. The next one we can look at very quickly is called the avoidant attachment style. Now this one is the complete opposite from the anxious. Avoidant has difficulties processing the emotions and difficulties making emotional connections. They also feel very independent. They don't need anybody to help them or assist them in life. They feel like they can do it by themselves. They generally don't feel a sense of loneliness, but they do stay clear away from emotional connections because of some abandonment issues that they have, either in their childhood or a traumatic event that happened later on in life. For example, death. If you lose somebody really close to you, such as a parent or a spouse or a grandparent or an uncle or aunt who raised you, you will feel abandoned. I know that one is a little bit difficult to accept because they died, they did not leave you, but you do feel abandoned. So you tend to pull away from those that are left, your loved ones that are left around you. If you have a parent, you've lost one parent, you tend to pull away from the other parent that you have that's still alive because you don't want to experience that same pain. You finally realize that people die and it hurts. So you tend to avoid getting close to anyone in case they die. You also tend to avoid commitment. You end up having commitment issues because of that fear. You fear that they will die. I am taking a little bit longer with this one because it's a tough pill to swallow. And for some of you, I know a light bulb went on. So take your time. The last one I want to look at is known as disorganized. Disorganized is a person that's the emotions and their thoughts are everywhere, okay? They can hardly trust people, and it's mainly because of past experiences. They stay clear. These are people that build up a wall. People that have their guard up a lot because they are basing their future off of their past experiences. It's much like the avoidant attachment, except one very important thing: the disorganized person tends to make everything relatable. So it's not just relationships, it's everything. I'm talking about everything. It could even be the cashier. Like they will have an issue in their mind. They will think, did you scan that item, or you're just gonna put it in the bag, and then when I get to the front, like the alarm's gonna beep, and then like when they look on the slip, all of a sudden that item is not there, and then oh my gosh, I'm gonna be arrested. Like, did you actually like but they won't say anything in that moment. They'll just stand there and panic. So how do we deal with situations like this in our day-to-day lives, especially with people that we care about? One thing I want to say to you guys, and I want to make it perfectly clear, it's not your responsibility. No matter what that person is going through, it is not your responsibility to heal them, to fix them, to change them. Remember, these disorders were created much like narcissism, which is what I will do in the next video, because that's a far greater discussion. These attachment styles happened because of something. So the reason why they developed it in their mind is because they needed to survive. They experienced a great amount of sadness, an overwhelming sadness at a point in their lives that they could not make sense of it. And the way to protect themselves and to cope, they have developed these attachment styles. So what is the best option for you to do? Let's look at the Bible and see what God has to say. Philippians chapter 4 verse 6 to 7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Jesus Christ. That's all you need to do. So the person that you are with, whether it is romantic, platonic, or professional, and you are concerned about them, no amount of pep talks is going to help. No amount of drunk conversations is going to help. No amount of crying sessions is going to help. Prayer is going to help. Continue to pray. Do not stop. Ask God to heal their mental state. Ask Him to go inside and to heal all that pain that they are protecting themselves from. To heal all that trauma that they are too afraid to talk about. Ask Him to do it for them, because remember, most of the time people don't know that they have an attachment style. Sometimes we just say we're full of nonsense. And if you are somebody who thinks that they are suffering from one of these attachment styles, I am here to tell you that you can become a secure attachment style. So if you want help to figure it out, to navigate yourself from where you are to a secure attachment style, because it is tiring. It's not fun being anxious. It's not fun pushing people away. It's not fun not being able to trust anything or anyone. If you want to move to a secure attachment style, please contact me and we can take it from there. I'll see you tomorrow.